I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, it looks like we have volume and everything. We're doing good. How is everybody doing? Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since we've had a show here because I was gone for a week. And yeah, so we're going to pick up tomorrow hardcore where we left off beforehand. Okay, so the idea is we've been talking a lot about the kind of player that you are. Whether you're mentally speaking, are you aggressive, passive, conservative, trendy, whatever, you know? And I really want to get into that with you all a little bit more this week. This week, I want to look at mathletes playing purely math-based games. But ahead of that today, I want to recap a couple things and get through. We have a lot to get through today. So give me a minute here. I'm actually running a little bit late. It seems like I got to log out of this channel. I'm actually on YouTube watching myself over here because I've got to get the poll set up because today's going to be hard hat day. So I'm going to get the hard hat poll set up for us here in just a minute. So anyway, let's go in. What I'm going to do first today, I think we should probably look at the daily paycheck. Let's take a look at our paycheck and see where we got to. Wow. Today was an interesting one. So my note here to myself, the verdict of the strategy is, why is John trying to ruin a good thing? The Latterson's a good strategy. The Latterson went basically undefeated last week. The problem with the Latterson, with any kind of don't molly type of system, is the pickoffs, right? And last week I had a really good run. I had a couple of days where we had some 20. I'm sorry, I get my tee set up here. A couple of days where I had some 20 rollers. I had like 3 or 4 of those. I had a 50 plus, I had a 40 plus, and the Latterson did its thing, right? Like it totally survived those long rolls. That's 80 rolls in a casino, right? That's way too, that's an hour and a half. It's way too long to be playing for a paycheck. I think the paycheck strategy should be a little bit quicker, and a little bit less volatility to it. So I thought, well, what the hell? Why don't we try and make it a hybrid? And so what I thought was, let's look at the 2 don't pass bets, the don't pass and don't come combined, as one unit in size. So 150 as a unit or $100 as a unit, whatever it is. And then bet 1 more unit across. So you have basically 2 units on the don't, in my case, 150, 150, and 150 or so, 130 in my case, across. One of those 2 gets gobbled up on the 7, but you have this opportunity on the across bets to make a lot of money on a good roll. So we thought, hey, let's give that a shot and see what happens. Well, today we had all the scenarios play out, right? We had the quick 7s come, which gobbles up one of the don'ts because of the across bets, the other one wins. That happened about 2 or 3 times. We had ourselves picked off in the come out, which happens on the don't. We had ourselves pick off both bets, the don't pass and the don't come bet. Both got picked off. Let the right side bets play out. Again, hybrid style, but a switch. We start hybrid, but we switch. Either we stay dark because 7 comes and we make money there, or we stay light when the shooter picks us off. That worked out on 1 roll great. We had 20 roller. We made about 300 and some bucks on that. We actually clawed our way back from 2 pickoffs earlier on that roll. Worked out really good. The last shooter we had was the nightmare. We set 2 don'ts, picked them both off, set a new point, 7 out, and lost the across bets too. So we lost basically 800 bucks in 1 shot on the last shooter, which is a huge bummer. So that's the danger of hybrid play, right? I'm ruining a good strategy by trying to make it what Corey from Sith Lord SP would call a Franken strategy, which it kind of is. It's taking something good, Dolly Latterson, adding a component to it that we don't really need, just because they didn't want to have the fear of missing out on those long rolls. And I thought part of what made the Latterson work and also not work was keeping those don'ts cycling all the time. Like on a good roll, they got picked off so many times that it made it too big of a hole to jump out of. So again, that's what this week is, to see how that is going to play out. So we'll see again over the course. And again, we're losing money, right? Our 401g account's down a little bit. We've lost a lot. I'll show it to you here in a minute. We've lost some. Just got to work hard now to get it back in shape again. So with that said, let's move ahead and talk about the other things that are happening in our world here. So we're coming out roll here. And I think we have to make a couple of quick shout outs because I would be remiss if I didn't do this, okay? First of all, let's ride, right? This is my little note to you Denverans. Let's ride, to quote Russell Wilson, right? Yeah, the Kraken knocked out the Avalanche yesterday, the defending Stanley Cup champions, bye-bye. Bye-bye. The last seed comes in and takes you out. That's pretty awesome. Second season for the Kraken here in Seattle. Dice D said in the chat, man, best logo in the game. Besides the Flyers, Kraken had the best logo in hockey. No question. But beyond that, they're a fun team. They're a typical like expansion team, right? They don't have a ton of stars. They're just playing good defense, got good goaltending, and they get goals from everybody. You look at the Avalanche, they got goals from two guys. Like literally, McKinnon and 96, where that guy's name was, Lehtinen, got all their goals. That's it. They had two guys that could score, and their goalie was good. We had like 9 guys score goals or 10 guys score goals. So a whole different team. They're fun to watch. So that's my first call. Let's ride. Let's ride. And by the way, while I'm on the subject of trashing Denver a little bit, I want to say thank you to Denver for all the draft picks for Russell Wilson, because the Seahawks crushed that draft yesterday. And the Russell Wilson trade turned into Geno Smith turned out to be not a bad quarterback after all, right? And we got 4 aces in the draft, right? We got Cross last year, Witherspoon this year in the first round. I think we got Woolen with one of those. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The Hawks literally took the Broncos to the woodshed when that trade, and now they're rocking it. The other team with the best draft, according to everybody, the Eagles. Eagles and Hawks, 1-2 in the draft. And you know I'm a dual citizen, right? So I get to root for both teams. Yeah, baby. This is going to be some fun football coming up. I'm so stoked for football this year. It's only like April. So, man, what a great weekend for hockey and for football. The draft was awesome. Let's go, baby. That's all I got to say about that. All right, coming out, more things to talk about. The winner of the Mid-Mo-Yo Silver Dice is AZ Crap Shooter. Anthony, I'm not sure what you got going on over there with old Chiro, but you keep winning his stuff. Well done, dude. Well done. Chiro, and I'm going to call you out. I don't know if you're in chat or not, but I'm going to call you out here. I know you had a little bit of an issue yesterday with the feed, and we talked about it afterwards. That kind of stuff happens. We have plans to make feeds better, but that was great, man. I love that you do this kind of stuff. And like, you know, my talent outside of this show, if this is even talent, is coding. Boring, right? I make some cool apps for us and all, but it's boring, right? You have an actual talent making awesome things. So the chips, the dice collectible thing with that, awesome, dude. So that's great. Keep up the good work over there. You got your 500 subscribers. Craig's got to 500. Everybody's in the 500 club now, so we're rocking it. I saw a cool thing yesterday. We should talk about this. Was Duracell in the chat? Duracell, if you're in the chat, I want you to say hi right now. I want to talk to you directly. I like to do this once in a while. But Duracell, say hello in chat. Say hi, John. Love you. And I have something I need to say to you because I saw the coolest thing yesterday, and I don't want to go too far into the future here, but go Chiefs. Here's what I saw. I got a little preview yesterday of WinCraps, the next version of WinCraps. I was working with Steen most of the day. WinCraps, as you know, can handle 8 shooters per table, right? With all the bets. Oh, there it is. PC coding is talent. It is talent, but it's boring talent, right? WinCraps, as you know, 8 shooters per table. You can see everybody's bets, right? You have the auto betting. You have all the greatness of We all love WinCraps. WinCraps is about to have an online version, right? Not online web, but WinCraps itself has an online option. So I can actually start up my WinCraps. I can say host a table, and it does some networking things, and then you can join my WinCraps table, and we can all play on the same WinCraps table together. Just like Crapsy, only thing we can see each other's bets, right? Wow. And I mean, like, that's a huge wow, because when we do team play stuff, or if I do like, I can actually host WinCraps, let you all make your own bets, see the bets on screen, and do Friday night fights that way with my one WinCraps screen. I could do WinCraps and have team play. We can have 4 against 4 matches, and everybody can see everybody's bets, right? The whole time through. I can throw the dice. Everybody's bets are live. It is really freaking cool. The thing that's holding team play back for me on our channels is that you can't see the bets. Even Crapsy version 2, you can't see the other player's bets. You can only see one player's bets beside yourself. WinCraps is going to let us see 4 versus 4. Now, It's hard to get set up, so we're working with Steen on how to get it to work better and set up right to do the networking thing. But yeah, we will be in the next week or two, maybe a little more, be able to play WinCraps in group mode live. Team play is coming. Team play is coming to WinCraps. Yeah, Steen, it's about time. Steen is really excited. We had a great time playing with it yesterday. There's some things to work through, some things to get through with it, but yeah, man, you can like literally set up all your auto bets and team play mode. All 4 players set their auto bets up. We can just play it out, right? I can play along with you and just say, here, Philly special, run that while I'm throwing, right? Super duper freaking cool. All right, now the next thing to talk about is this. Waylon is going to say, thanks for all the prayers. Love you guys. Waylon, you can give your own update. I didn't know if you were going to be here today, so I put this note up here. You're too stubborn of an old SOB to go down, right? Waylon, as you know, I put this note out the other day, had a TIA stroke, which is like, they call it a mini stroke, but it's a different style of stroke. I'm sure scary as all hell, right? But yeah, so Waylon had that happen over the weekend. I was on vacation when it happened. Like, oh my, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, wasn't it? Yeah, like, and they're scary, man. And so a couple things to note here. One, I said, Waylon's too stubborn to go down. He's a tough son of a bitch, right? Out of the hospital, doing good. You're fine. You're fine right now. But here's the thing. And Waylon, I want you to, in chat, work with me here, okay? One of the things that leads to these things, right? My dad had one. Of course, you know me, I had a heart attack way back, right? The common denominator with my heart attack, with my dad's stroke, with Waylon's stroke is smoking, okay? I'm gonna put this in chat. Do not smoke, okay? Big, bold letters, don't do it, okay? I love smoking, and I've told you how many times I've told my story. I love smoke. I will get behind a car that somebody's smoking in, so I can smell the exhale into my car. I love smoking so much. I think I like gambling so much because when in a casino, I can smell secondhand smoke. I actually enjoy that smell because I'm such a maniac, right? But you can't do it. Like it clogs your arteries. It shrinks everything down. It's the reason my heart gave out. It's the reason, the biggest factor why Waylon had the problem that he had was smoking, right? Cholesterol, sure. But what happens is smoking, it gums up your arteries to the point where cholesterol builds up way faster. It's like an order of magnitude, like 10, 15, 20 times faster. Plaque builds up. When plaque builds up in your arteries, that shit breaks loose and it stops. And that's what causes a stroke, right? You have a plaque buildup, it breaks loose, it clogs something up in your brain, and you have a stroke. Luckily, Waylon got through it, right? Smoking is literally the worst thing you can do. And vaping is no better. Vaping just shreds your lungs. It perforates your lungs worse than smoking does. But smoking, all that plaque, it just F's up your arteries, right? So those of you who I know smoke, Waylon, stop. Chiro, stop. And get off the vape. You guys, Chris, I think Chris smokes as well. Sideshow, get off of it. Get off the damn cigarettes. Get off the vape. Vape is worse for different reasons, right? Vape won't cause stroke or a heart attack, but it will shred your lungs. You guys have got to be reminded, please. We're all old. I mean, there's like 4 of us in this group that are below 50. The rest of us are at the age where these things will catch up to us, right? And Waylon had something catch up to him. Skill and Luck had a heart attack a little while ago, right? Like last year. His wasn't smoking related. His was just being sedentary and he drives a truck, right? So it's really, really hard. So I want to make sure that you guys hear the message again. I can't say it enough. No vaping, no smoking. Waylon, you did what I did. We talked about this over the weekend. When I had my heart attack, I had smoked for 20 something years. And I'm like 3 packs a day smoking, right? And I tried to quit so many times. I tried the patch, I tried gum, I tried nothing freaking makes it work. It's so hard to quit. What made me quit was when I had the heart attack and I was in a hospital for 3 days. It gets you over that 3-day hump where the nicotine gets out of your system, and then I could stop. That was the only way I did it. Waylon had the same thing, right? He spent time in the hospital and now has quit. The thing is, you got to stay off the thing. Thomas, did you have I'm just looking here. You had one too, it looks like. What did you have, Thomas? You had a TIA also. Man, those are scary. And you were a 2-pack a day guy. I was 2 to 3 packs a day. I know, Ken, you're working on quitting too. So everybody who's doing it, work hard to quit. There should be another wake-up call, right? Let Waylon serve as a wake-up call for all of you guys, right? Yeah, cold turkey and willpower. And again, I say you're a tough son of a bitch. So I think if anybody can quit based on that, it'll be you. And trust me, guys, if you haven't had a scare like a TIA or a heart attack, you have no idea. You think you're going down. Like, it's scary, scary, scary. So Waylon, again, prayers to you, buddy. I'm glad you got through it, but the praying doesn't stop because it's going to take work. Okay. Now, oh, by the way, Midmo, yo, you're losing weight, but your smoking is a tough one. If you guys haven't noticed, and I told you this over the phone, Chiro's lost a ton of weight. You look great, man. You look, I think I said on the phone to you about a week or so ago, it's noticeable. You look really, really good. Like, you're looking hot, baby. Like, you clearly have lost weight. You're putting in the work. That's awesome. So good for you, man. I'm proud of you. Everybody else. All right, here we go. Now, the next thing I want to talk about was the other post that I made about skill and luck. Okay, skill and luck. Dylan, our good friend, I'm not sure if he's here today, but Dylan has had some issues, and I made mention of it. Now, I'm not going to give away all the details because it's his personal life, but I want to tell you what's going on. Dylan, as you know, had a heart attack. How long ago was that? 8 months ago, something like that. He's a truck driver. And so when you have a heart attack, obviously you're going to be off. You can't work. He couldn't go back to work. His line of work is different than our line of work, right? So he was on FMLA disability for whatever amount of time it was. Well, that ran out for them in December, but he wasn't cleared to work. So as a truck driver, that's his skill. DOT has to clear him to work. Couldn't clear him because he still has to go through sleep studies and apnea work and a bunch of other things, and finishes cardiac rehab, all that before he's cleared the DOT testing to be able to go back to work. Well, guess what? FMLA stopped. It ran out in December. Disability ran out in December, and for the last 3 months, he's had zero income while fighting to get through the clearance process. Well, guess what? His company on March 1st, or on April 1st, rather, terminated him. So he can't work. He's been out of work for 3 months, or been out of work for 9 months now, out of pocket, no income for the last 3 months because his company, FMLA disability stuff, ran out, and now he's been terminated. So he's in a world of hurt right now because he can't work. He's not been cleared to work. He can't pass the DOT test just yet. No health insurance, and the job has said bye-bye. And you can come back if you want to once you get cleared, but they're in a really rough spot. I wanted to pray for him, and I wanted you all to not hear the whole story, but hear enough of the story to know that he's still fighting through heart attack recovery, and as a result of that, now can't work, and is in a world of hurt. So if you want to help, we're working, he's trying some of that now. The problem is yeah, he's working through it. If you're in the mind you want to help, you can contact me. I'm at John Kokos on Discord, or you can email me, john@procraps.net. I can put you in touch with a way to help him out. If you want to help with a few bucks, help him over the hump while he's getting unemployment insurance figured out, and while he's getting the testing figured out and getting things back to square again, they could use it. So if you're in the mindset, I'm not going to do it. We're not going to do a GoFundMe, but yeah, there's a way to get help to him. And I don't want to put it out here live, but just drop me a line, and we can work together, and I'll give you his a way to help him enjoy. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, I feel terrible because I've been there. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. I had a situation where I lost my ever loving ass in 2008, and we lost everything, and we had to start over again. So I know what he's going through financially. There's nothing more scary than that. Workman's comp won't work because it didn't happen on the job, right? It's a separate health issue, and it's a whole thing. There's lots of details in there that I can't really share, but workman's comp won't work. Unemployment insurance won't work right now. we're working through it. So anyway, that's it, guys. So if you're of the praying sort, pray for Dial and Joy to get through this rough patch. If you're able to give and you want to help a little bit, let me know after the show, and I'll make sure that I connect you with them, and we can see if we can help them kind of stay afloat for a little tiny bit. Okay. Yeah, Kenny's got the Cash App, and I'm not going to share that address here. I can share the Cash App address to you all later. That's why I'm saying contact me later on. Okay. All right, there's that. Let's see what. And again, and Waylon's got advice here, right? If you've been through this, Waylon, I know you might be the perfect person to reach out to Dylan and talk him through some of that stuff, right? And I think that's a thing too. So we just need some advice, right? Need some advice. Needs more than anything else, like support. Like, it's not just throw him a couple of bucks, right? It's support. It's like, hey, we got your back. I've been through this. Here's the help. I know a guy who knows a guy. Jen's a lawyer. Like, everybody's got some knowledge that they can help share. And I think that's what it is. It's about all of us kind of doing this and lifting a dude up. So if you can do it, do it. All right. All right. That's all the ugly news. Let's get back to something a little fun. And it's time to go for the hard hat. Let me go ahead and do the hard hat poll. Here we go. The poll, the hard hat. And I'm going to put in the people's names here in George from CY. We're going to have a little bit of time here to vote online. So George, Joe from CMJ. We're going to add Dave Carlin. We're going to add, I think, Waylon. And that's all I can do. I can only add 4 people. Those are the top 4 suggestions that I got. The 5th one was Ed Robinson, you can see on screen, but I can't do 5 people in the poll. But this is the top 4 pre-vote getters, and there we go. The poll is now in chat. You vote now. If you vote now, those votes will count for 3 votes. Okay, there's the poll. I can see it up there. Votes count 3 times during the show. I'll put that same poll up on the main website after the show's over. Those votes will count 1 time. So if you have a favorite, put them in there. And remember, this is not a popularity contest. Duracell says this all the time. It's not a popularity contest. This is who's putting in the work. It's hard. It's the Mike Rowe, Dirty Jobs, hard hat, right? We think George is deserving because George started Craps Nation, runs Craps Nation, has done coding for us. He's leading the charge behind Troy getting the KPI done. He did the shooters. He does everything. George is a mensch. That guy does the stuff. Joe from CMJ, that dude's putting in work. He's going live every day. He's got the black belt journey. He's got shorts. He's putting in a ton of work, right? Dave Carlin's back. Dave Carlin ran almost every single competition for the dice shooting tourney, and he's back, right? Dave's a great guy. Dave has done more behind the scenes for me with the quality of my show and stuff. Dave's great. Waylon, as you know, deserves it. Waylon's got the book of Waylon. He's putting out strategies every day. He's recovering from stroke. He's doing the thing, right? Waylon is there. So there we go. There's your votes. Go get the votes in. I'll let you know tomorrow morning who won it. But again, today, 3x votes during the rest of the live show. And the other votes will happen all day long. 24 hours from now, we'll stop those votes and we'll have a winner. So there it is. That's the hard hat voting for today. So get your thoughts in. And again, if you have another nominee for next month, never too early to start talking about that. All right, here we go. What is next for us to talk about? I think we're almost done here. I want to show you some stuff. Let me go. I'm going to switch screens here. Let me switch to the screen so you don't have to look at my stupid face anymore. And let me bring my browser window over here. And hopefully you can see that. Some interesting changes I hope that you're going to appreciate across the application. So let's first go to and remember, all you got to do is log in, right? All you got to do is make an account here. When you log in with your Discord account, you get access to all this stuff for free. Other tools, there's the 401g account. Now I want to talk about a couple of things here. One is, for me, I made 4 accounts. Okay, and again, this is through Talks with Ken. I want to make sure we're talking about what we're doing here. Okay, you can make as many accounts as you want. You can add an account, make any number of bank accounts you want to. This is for tracking your virtual money. Okay, I made one called the 401g. I put 100,000 bucks in it, and basically every morning I take out 5,000 and I play, and I'm trying to win 500 bucks, as you know, right? My daily plan: take 5,000, turn it into 500 bucks. 300 of that would go to my earnings account, which would be the money that me and Kathy would potentially live on, eat on, go to see shows with, entertain, whatever, right? My retirement daily paycheck, $300 a day goes into that. $100 goes into expenses, and $100 goes into excess when I make 500. If I only make 350, guess what? Earnings gets 300, and these two both get $25 each, right? The idea, though, is that you build up enough money in expenses and in excess that you can travel. So when I come to see you all in Biloxi or in coming soon to Nebraska or Kansas, the expenses pays my plane fare, and the excess is what I play with you in, right? I never touch my 401g account for travel and fun games. That's the idea, right? So I'm going to start managing my bank accounts like this. This is basically the way that Ken does his envelopes. And again, I'm talking to Ken. That's how I'm going to be doing this. So there's kind of the rundown of how I'm going to run my shows. When you see me working the 401g every day, that's how I'm going to run it. Okay, I'm going to emulate kind of what Ken's doing in that ratio: $300 to balance, $100 each to excess and expenses, and hopefully we make our money, and that's going to be it. What else is going to happen here? I want to show you this too. This is really cool. I made other changes to the roll tracker. Want to see something cool? You're going to love this. Here we go. Tools, roll tracker. Now the roll tracker here has a couple new features to it. Look at this. I added we have ATS in here now. We have a better account. Now I'm going to make a change here because I've got a new feature to show you. There's all the charts here, but I'm going to go to the import and sync, and I'm going to press the resync the current rolls button because I made changes and I want to have it basically what this does, it reruns all of your rolls and resets everything. So back to the tracker we go. We should have more up-to-date things. Now you've got the metrics where we've got how we doing as far as come out winners and losers, and come out craps numbers, and points made versus points missed, and horn numbers. And again, it's green is what you got, red's the expected values. Again, this is a test run, so I made what I made. I made 3 points, or maybe eight times instead of 3, whatever. Here's your pie chart. Here's your box numbers per shooter, right? After the point box numbers. Here's your roll length, and here's your phase control for me. So all those things are in here. Tracks ATS. If I have a new point, let's say we have a 1-1, right? A 1-3, a 1-5, a 1-4, whatever. It's tracking the ATS as we go, and it brings in, yeah. So there it is. There's your new roll tracker. So that's make sure you press your button that does the reset, and you'll see that this thing starts to track all of our rolls. So there it is. Let me know bugs on this one. I just reset it. You can double click here to reset everything, and we can start again. 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 6-2, 6-3, 6-4, 6-5, 6-6. There's the ATS. Boom, all the numbers show up. If I'm hitting sixes like crazy, you see how the little dots here? Watch the dots. The 6. There's the 5th 6. There's the repeater on the 6. You can see how it's kind of letting us know how we're doing down here. And the roll chart. Oh, there's the 6. Look at all the 6s we got. So really kind of cool, right? That's free. No charge. It's part of being a member of the Discord. That's it. Use this. If it's not adding up things right, if you're seeing the wrong stuff, if these charts look wrong to you, please let me know. Let's put the 314 in there. 314. That'll make the point go. Green when you make the point. There it is. All right. This is a nice, quick acting roll tracker. Now there's another one out there. Let's go back to the other screen. Let me go and hide this one from you. Hide there. There is another roll tracker, right? Obviously, the one that George and them have created is the official Craps Nation KPI, they call it, right? Has all the same features as that one does. I can't use that one. On the Mac, for whatever reason, that Google spreadsheet, I don't know what it is. That thing burns my fan, and I can't, my computer locks up. Dave Carlo has the same problem. A lot of guys who use that, the performance of it on this version of whatever it is, I can't use it. So I wrote that roll tracker as a way to make it fast so I could do roll tracking here live with you. It's turned into something pretty cool. And we're actually going to show it to George and Troy and see about how we can incorporate stuff into it. But yeah, there it is. There's the roll tracker. I wanted to give you a look at that and remind you, you got it. You got use of that thing for free for all you want. So I released that out this morning, actually, so you can start playing with it. Again, let me know if you have any problems with it. It should be tracking ATS, repeaters. Actually, something else to show you with it. I should have shown you this. Hold on, let me go back. So it's something new that I totally stole from George and them. This right here. See this RQS down here of 0 or RQS of 47, whatever. Watch this. I'm going to go ahead and do the current shooter's RQS, which is roll quality score, is a way to measure the roll. So let's go. I'm going to set a point, 628, and then we'll 7 out real quick. Okay, 7 out. Watch this roll quality. We're going to go and set a point of 325. Okay, roll quality is 1 because you give it a score of 1 for setting a point. If I hit a 6, a 426, right, that's going to give us a roll quality of 2. First time you hit a number, you get a, right, if I repeat the 6 though, watch the roll quality, 426. When I repeat it, it goes to 4.2 because what I'm doing is I'm giving you points for repeating numbers in the box during the roll. So if you hit 2 6s, it's basically the number of 6s you have times 1.2, and it aggregates up as it goes. So the more of the numbers you hit, the higher quality score you get. This is kind of a take on what the tournament did. So as you're shooting as a right side player, you may have a 9 roller that's all horns and your roll quality is 0. You may have a 9 shooter where every roll's a 6 and your roll quality is 500. So it's going to give you a look at how your quality. Anyway, I wanted to show you that because I think it was kind of a neat addition that I did there to the thing. So, all right, and back we go to here. So last couple of things. I want to make sure we hit any questions that you've got. I'm going to check PCs and queues real quick and make sure before I give you my final thoughts of any PCs to adjust. Let's see here. Oh, Darkside, my Colorado trip was freaking awesome. We didn't go to Blackhawk. Again, we were in Grand Junction. So if you know Colorado, Grand Junction is about a 4-hour drive. We were visiting my wife's best friend and her husband. They own a chain of hardware stores out there. So we were actually visiting them, checking the stores out. And we just, hung out and had dinner and stuff. But we toured, we went to, what the hell is that place called? The Mesa. We went up to Mesa. There's like a lodge up there. We had lunch at this Mesa Lodge that was at 12,000 feet or something like that. Or no, it was 10,500 feet was the elevation of this restaurant. Snow was up to the 12-foot snow, up past the windows. Like they carved out a pathway to get into place. We had burgers and soup up there. That was great. And then the last day we were there, we did the Colorado National Monument thing. So the monument was freaking awesome. That thing was, it's like the miniature Grand Canyon. That thing was awesome. So we got a lot of good scenery in, did a little bit of touring of, hey, could we live here kind of thing. It was cool. We had a great time in Colorado. Good weather, great family, great friends. It was awesome. Yeah, thanks for asking. That was really cool. It's really cool. We didn't get to go to Blackhawk, but next time we do it, we'll go. We're gonna meet them in Denver next time. Go to Blackhawk and then go to their house instead of doing the hop, skip, and jump because you got to get to Grand Junction. You got to fly this tiny ass airport in like a prop plane. So yeah. Let's see. Jen is saying thoughts on bankroll recovery. You're just keeping the 500 a day plan and hope for natural. I'm going to do that. What you said here. So I'm going to hope for natural resolution. What I'm hoping to do is this. And here's, I think, the thing with the paycheck play as a way of doing it. $500 is not a big goal. 5,000 should make 500, right? That's the whole plan. You got to find ways to do it quickly, safely, and all that. The ways that I do it are not home run hitter ways for the most part. You're going to make $560. You're going to be out there, and the $60 gets to go to rebuild the 401g account. That's why a thing like today, where I go, okay, let's do a thing with a little bit of right side in it, and if the right side happens to hit, that could be your extra money that goes back and recovers you. And that's what I was thinking with this thing. Like, hey, let's make $500 on the 2 don't pass bets. Let's make another $500 on the right side bets on a good run, and we'll use that to restuff the main envelope instead of just going for it. Now, if I have money in excess, Jen, and let's say we take the excess money, let's say I got 1,000 in excess, and I travel to Atlantic City and we play again. And in AC, I take that excess and I make the $1,000 look like 2,500. That $1,500 will probably come back and go into feed the main account. I'm going to feed the main account back from losses from all excess winnings. That's how I'm going to play it. this year. We're going to do that virtual account this year and see if that plan kind of works. And what I'll do is I'll maybe use the excess money once it's built up, and I'll make that my Friday Follies money. So maybe like on Fridays we'll play with the excess and have some fun. I'm thinking about that. So there's my thoughts there. TCS Alfredo says quality score was just for the tournament for KPI, ongoing and needs to be refined and aligned. Yes, 100%. So I will share with you the way I did this. So basically, I took a stab at it. So I was talking to Troy over the weekend about I can't pin your comment. I don't know how to do that here. I'll put it up again. The way that I calculated it was I thought, let's take the ATS and the bonus bets out of it. They had it with the ATS winning like whatever and the bonus bets winning. And I'm like, let's do the KPI without the bonus bets, because although they matter, somebody who shoots 6 rolls and it's the small gets, like in the tournament, we saw it. Somebody did that, got 35 points, and you can't catch them. That's not a quality roll to me, because not every table has ATS, number one, right? So how do you as a shooter measure yourself, your practice sessions, as it was a quality roll today? How do you know it was quality? Well, I thought if I'm a right side better, I measure quality by come out winners. I measure quality by, and not much, but a little bit of come out winners. I measure quality by box hits I get while the puck's on, and I measure quality by hitting points, right? By this pass line winners. And so I thought, here's what I did. Basically, when you hit a number, let's say you roll a 6 like I did, you get a 1 for that. It's like putting a dollar chip on it. Okay. So your next roll, you roll another 6. Well, the dollar pays $1.20, right? Or $1.40, whatever, $1.20. So it's based on probabilities, right? So I take that and I make that the next level. So now it's 220 on that bet. You hit it again, the 220 pays, or dollar pays 140, it goes to 240, 240 pays 280, and you stack it up. So I'm treating it like a dollar bet on bubble craps, full press. So the quality score is calculated by pretending your first hit was placing a bet for $1. Every other hit is a full press. And if you're hit the six times, you get like 60 points for it. So that's how I did the quality score as a first run at it. I'm going to show the code to Troy and George and see if that's a good way. I think we need to have a Craps Nation kind of meetup, like a Zoom call, and talk about it. And then I can code that up better. That's my first stab. My first stab at it is to incrementally, exponentially increase the value of every subsequent hit on a box number. You get 1 point for field hits, you get 1 point for come out winners, and you get minus a point for come out losers. And of course, the final 7 out costs you a few points. That's how I come up with it. And I really did it because I wanted a way to talk about it. I wanted to give George and Troy something to see, and then we can have a conversation like, hey, here's what we did in the tournament. Here's what John did. And let's kind of figure out what makes the most sense. I hope that makes sense. Who are my picks for team? I don't know yet. That's interesting. And I don't even know how to play team craps yet. We keep talking about like what's the best configuration for a team? I think every team needs to have somebody who's hyper aggressive, somebody who's probably rocking something more math based, and somebody who's more trendy. And I don't know. We're gonna probably have like 5 teams though. I can't wait to start doing this. Let's table that, because I do want to get to it. Let me check for any cues in here. Any other questions that we have? Nothing else there. So my final thoughts are this. I want to leave you with this, and I want live responses. So in chat right now, answer the question I'm about to add. I can't do a poll because the poll's going live for George and the other guys. What do you think about me switching the shows? What do you think about me switching Coffee and Craps to the 7 o'clock Pacific time start and putting Daily Paycheck after Coffee and Craps? And the reason why I asked that is this. This show is easy to end on time. I can make this show 45 minutes every day, lock it in, 7 to 7:45 every day, get a cup of coffee, go to the garage, and I can roll Daily Paycheck for as long as it takes. What I find that I'm doing the last few weeks, and even before that, some of these longer runs that I have, or these, hey, one more shooter, and all of a sudden it's a 15-minute roller, and you're late for this show here. Instead of this show starting late every day, or some days, what do you think about doing Coffee and Craps first and locking in that time? and then the paycheck can go later. That's my final thought. My final question is, what do you think about that? Please put in chat right now your gut reaction to that. I'll put an official poll out there on the Discord, but I want to get your gut reaction to what do you think about a show switch of times? Because I think, yeah, Ian, West Coast guys might drop. You're right. And that's my concern is that we lose the West Coast guys because 7 a.m. is early for coffee and craps. That's my concern 100%. I worry about that. I lost. Why did I think keep doing that? Oh my God, look at the thing. Wow. Sorry about that weirdness there. So that's my NJ, don't switch. Joe says no. All right, so I'm getting the vibe. We don't want to switch. Time zones are an issue. Okay, that's good. Then what I have to do, I guess, is become a better craps player. I gotta win my paychecks quicker, I guess, right? Instead of the paychecks run through the. I'm just getting tired of like starting the show late every day, right? Because the paycheck show can run long. But I guess it comes down to me finding better paycheck plays, right? These paycheck plays that take 60 rolls aren't working for me, right? Maybe that's the whole thing. So there we go. JR, hell no. Analyzer Field says give it a shot for a week. We'll see. Just have I gotta have a hard stop. And the problem, Duracell, with the hard stop that I've run into is people get bitchy about it because they're in the middle of a roll. Like I've had a hard stop at 8:55 for a while there, and I'm either mid-roll and their bets are sitting there. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's weird. It's weird to have the bet sitting there, but the rollover sucks. So yeah, go to Hawaii and practice with those. I would love that, right? That'd be awesome. And you're right. Coffee and Craps gets me to work on time. It certainly does. But I didn't tell you this. My job's changing. My job is changing. I'm going to start working from noon to 9 now. So not this week, but next week. I start noon to 9, so I can do this show. That's why I can run the paycheck until noon if I have to win. So that was the reason why I thought this might be a good time to have a shot at it. Okay. I'm out, guys. It is 9 o'clock. I do have to I have a little pre-funk for work today. So I'm going to go do that. And Chris, before we go, got to say hi to Chris. Morningside show. How you doing, baby? I think you've got more goodies coming. I'm not sure if they arrived yet, but you got more. I got you on the monthly goodie plan. So hopefully the goodies are showing up there. Yeah, good to see you. Hope things are going well over there. Can't wait to get you back in the States, pal. One last thing. Let's go and check. Let me go to the screen here and see what is the poll number showing. We have, oh, look at that poll result. George at 38, Waylon at 41. That poll is going to end here when I press the button. So I'm going to press the button in just a minute. So we have a little bit of a leader in the clubhouse is Waylon. We're going to see how this ends throughout the night. And I can see the actual numbers of votes on my side. You all can't. So when I stop the show, I can see the actual number of votes. So I'll count those up here in just a minute. But yeah, we have a statistical dead heat coming in to the rest. We're gonna vote all day, rest of the day. So that's it. Chris, everybody else in chat, I'm gonna say my official big screen goodbye, and you all have a great day. Love y'all. Thanks for waiting for me to come back from my trip, and I will see you tomorrow morning. We'll have a show here where we talk about play styles. We're going to get into math plays, some line betting, hopefully win some money on the paycheck, and I'll see you out here tomorrow. Thanks all. Bye.